If you missed the Kenny Lofton versus Chet Holmgren matchup, do not worry, because here is a quick recap. Honestly, watching Chet Holmgren in one of his first games get really tested by a guy that was not even drafted, and Kenny Lofton, for some reason, I don't know how he did not get drafted. He gives me a lot of people are saying Charles Barkley and a lot of other names, but when I see him play, it's Zach Randolph, you know what I mean? Left-handed, low to the floor, just knows how to use his body, has good touch around the rim, knows how to get rebounds, always is there picking up loose balls, you know what I mean? So he's Zach Randolph, and it's funny enough that he is in Memphis now, and also he's going to get an opportunity, you know what I mean? Because Jaren Jackson went down with an injury, so you might see him play in an actual rotation game for the Memphis Grizzlies, and he might earn himself a spot. I don't know how he was not drafted. I think people looked at the weight and how he looked, you know what I mean? You can't really judge a book by its cover because he's one of the most skilled guys even in the draft, you know what I mean? But what he was doing to Chet Holmgren, and this kind of goes back because they played USA together, and surprisingly enough, Kenny Lofton was the best player on that USA team and averaged the most points. But when he's seen Chet Holmgren, I think he already seen him from the practices that he had with him, so he's very familiar with Chet Holmgren and already knew what he had to do. So he was not shying away, and he was going right at Chet Holmgren's body, which that is the biggest disadvantage for Chet Holmgren when you watch him and when you look at his game, because his body, I don't really know if it's going to hold up. He has an equivalent body type to Joaquin Phoenix from the Joker. You know when Joaquin Phoenix lost all that weight and went to like 80 pounds soaking wet? That's what he's walking around in, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, he's at a Kevin Durant pace when it comes to his body. And if I was the Oklahoma City Thunder, I would try my best to put him at a small forward position. You know what I mean? And when it comes around into the NBA, he's going to have a hard time guarding some of the bigger bigs. You know what I mean? Joel Embiid, Jonas Valanciunas, Nikola Jokic, even Yusuf Nurkic. Guys are going to get off on him. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, he's going to be able to hold his own with most of those guys. But when it comes to the big dogs, like imagine watching him face off against Joel Embiid for a full game. I'm not going to lie to you, man. That would not be a good sight to see. And he's going to get humbled a lot this year. And honestly, for me, I like his game. You know what I mean? I like his game. But I'll like him better at the 3-4 spot than the 5th spot. Because if he's your 5th, you guys are going to be very, very weak inside. Because I even know this. As a Toronto Raptors fan, we have Chris Boucher. And Chris Boucher is one of our bigs. And every single time he comes in, he has a slender body. And that guy's not boxing out nobody. And he's getting bodied again and again. You know what I mean? Even though he's an amazing player. But some of these guys, when it comes to putting on weight, it's just very, very difficult for some of these guys that are taller and more lankier. It's not very easy to put on weight. Like you've seen Kevin Durant. For all these years, the man maybe looks like he put on like 25 pounds of good weight. But he's come a long way when it comes to where he was and where he is now. But I think Chet Holmgren, this year he's going to have a lot of humbling, and he's going to have a lot of good games also, you know what I mean, where he's going to actually improve. But once he gets his body under him and all that, he's going to be one heck of a player. But it was just funny watching a guy like Kenny Lofton absolutely dog him. You know what I mean? And that's a sight to see. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. Your guy Ish Cream. You guys make sure you subscribe. You know, I've been going hard, so make sure you guys subscribe. Much love to everybody that tuned in right now. I'm out.